Welcome everyone. Today, I firstly welcome you all on behalf of STC Apex Team Maharashtra Art of Living. And today we have a very special guest with us, Lieutenant Commander Bijay Nair sir. And without a further ado, we'll start off with the session with a patriotic song which will be sung by Miss Rudhira Patil. So it's like you're gonna have fun today because the session is gonna be so interesting and because we have such a great speaker by our side today. So I'd request Rudhira Didi, please, you must start with a song and now the stage is yours.
देश से है प्यार तो हर पल ये कहना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। देश से है प्यार तो हर पल ये कहना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। सिलसिला ये बाद यूं ही चलना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। मेरी नस नस तार कर दो और बना दो एक सितार, राग भारत मुझ पे छेड़ो झंझनाओ बार बार। देश से ये प्रेम आँखों से छलकना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। शत्रु से कह दो जरा सीमा में रहना सीख ले, ये मेरा भारत अमर है सत्य कहना सीख ले। भक्ति की इस शक्ति को बढ़कर दिखाना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। देश से है प्यार तो हर पल ये कहना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। सिलसिला ये बाद मेरे यूं ही चलना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए। Over to Swati.
Thank you so much. Sir, how was it?
This was very beautiful. बहुत बहुत प्यारा. I mean, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. And मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत होना चाहिए. That's what यही हमारा बोलते हैं ना, यही हमारी नींव है, ये हमारी कर्तव्य. ये हमारा धर्म है, more than anything. much.
Thank you, sir.
So now you need no introduction, that's for sure. But still, we have made a short video for people to know that who you are and what you have done. So I'd request Nehal Didi, can you please play that video? It's not a long one, just a short initiative. Small efforts, that's it.
I'm a common man, Sauni, so कोई जरूरत नहीं था इसका. I'm a very normal man like all of us.
Lieutenant Commander Bijay Nair is 43 years old. He is a passionate runner and is a commissioned naval officer from Naval Academy and served 10-year relinquished as Lieutenant Commander with many medals and accolades. He has been part of Operation Talwar during 1999, famously known as Kargil War, and is decorated with Ops Vijay Star and Vijay Medal. In 2003 and 2004, he was awarded Commendation by Flag Officer, Western Naval Command. In 2006, he was awarded with prestigious Chief of Naval Staff Commendation. Currently, he works for National Ship Classification Society in their promoted organization and heads Quality Compliance and Audits as Associate Vice President. He is an engineer, PG in Marine Specialization and Weapon Controls from Navy and MBA from JBIMS. He is a blogger and writer with humor as his forte. He is author of one of the bestsellers, They Inspire, which has sold close to 3,000 copies. It is one of the best inspirational books on collection of stories of common people. He's a motivational speaker and we are honored to have you.
Hi, Sauni. That was so beautiful, so touching, so touching. Just flashed through. But let me tell you, like I'm a very common man, मैं आप सभी जैसा हूँ. So nothing great. Only charm ये है कि ठीक है, I'm a soldier, like all of us are soldiers at some point of the time. We all are soldiers, right? वही है कि मैं यूनिफॉर्म पहना था या अभी वेटरन हूँ. And आप लोग नहीं पहने, but all of us are soldiers, with that thing, I leave it to you to start the talk. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So it's you who has to talk now. I'll just ask questions because I'm sure everyone over here present are very curious to know all what you have done in your entire career. So let me start off with asking, how did all this happen? Like, how was you, like, how were you as a kid, and what was the transition or what made you think that, okay, I need to join, Indian Navy, and that how did it become your dream? Can you start off from like your childhood phase?
Okay, so my story, I would speak in both English and Hindi. So I am a Malayali, a Keralite by birth, but I was born and brought up in Mumbai. So more of a Marathi Malayali, I always call myself a Marathi Malayali. So, so life, my story is a story of belief. My story is a story of dream. My story is a story that everyone has to dream and believe in you, because I was born in Mumbai. I was not from that privileged background. So my father, just one second, there is one. Just give me 1 sec.
Yes, sir. No worries. Till then, it's a humble request. Everyone who is here, it will be really kind of you to, switch on your camera. You will feel more engaging and you will, at the end of the day, you will have more fun. All those who have just joined us, I would again welcome you all on behalf of STC Apex team, and Yes, sir is here.
Yeah, Samani, so sorry because there was some, I'm sitting in my office, so there's some emergency. So, okay, so my story, as I said, is a story of dream and belief. And, I was born and brought up in Mumbai. So I proudly say, oh, Gully Boy picture dekhe ho na, Gully Boy. Gully Boy is a story of Ranveer Singh. So my story is a story of Gully Boy, like I was, though, I stayed in a chawl in Mumbai. So my house was 100 square feet. That is what. But nevertheless, dil bada hona chahiye and dream hona chahiye, So wo sapne dekhe wahan par. And thanks to my parents, wonderful parents, though my father was an electrician, he's an electrician and he's 75 years old. He stays with me now, my parents, both mother, father. And इससे बड़ा पुण्य का क्या काम है कि माँ बाप आपके साथ रहते हैं, that's the biggest thing you could ever want from life. And I had that privilege. I have that privilege being the eldest of the three boys. We have three boys, so I'm the eldest, so I take that privilege. Underlined, So चौल में पैदा हुए and बहुत तकलीफ में गुजरी जिंदगी, Dad used to have 4,000 rupees salary in those days. I'm born 1976 and 1983 types. When I grew 1983, 1985, 80s and 90s was my growing period, And those times we were not privileged. Itna privilege nahi hota tha because of globalization, economy open hua. Now, aaj ke zamane mein, all of us, we don't stick to a particular job. We keep on changing. Those times it was tough. So father was having only 4,000 rupees salary and 3 kids to take care. So life was tough, And my first, ambition, बोलते हैं ना कि सबका होता है ना किसी को पायलट बनना, तो मुझे पहला एम्बिशन था गैंगस्टर बनना था, very frankly and very openly, because those were the time when Mumbai was going through that period. गैंगस्टर बनना था, तो ऐसे था, अरे ग्लैमर है, ये है, वो है, वो है. But then somewhere when I was in 8th standard, I happened to see this serial called Fauji and Paramveer Chakra. Shahrukh Khan की serial थी. I'm sure many of who are from that era would relate. Probably आप लोग के ज़माने में more of Shershahs and Udis. हमारे ज़माने में Paramveer Chakra और वो हुआ करता था. And that motivated me. Trust me, that motivated me. And ये था कि यार फौजी life होना चाहिए. The way they are living, the way they are, the way they are presenting themselves. And thus started the quest towards becoming a fauji. Now the question was, फौजी तो ये था, but बने कैसे? Nobody was there to guide, because I studied in a school, not from convent, not from Sainik school, not from military school. I studied in a very small school run by a trust. It was run by a Malayali trust. It was a simple English medium school. No fancy, no pomps. And trust me, कभी कभी जब हम इंग्लिश बोलते थे ना वहाँ किसी को, तो सब लोग ताली बजा रहे, अंग्रेजी बोल दिया करके, that was my background. And I struggled talking in English, and though it was from English medium, it was very tough. And today I am the author of 7 English books, and that is how the dreams and beliefs have to be, right? So today it's a different scenario. So yes, so coming back to that time, and there was nobody for to tell me how to join the armed forces. So, luck would have been one of my schoolmates, his mama was from Navy, and he had come on chutti, that. And he happened to be an officer. He happened to be a commander in Navy. Everything was by fluke and luck, by fluke and luck. So, when we met him, so that time he came to know कि हम लोग school bunk मार के आए. First of all, so he was like, after our life, why did you bunk and all? And then, फिर धीरे-धीरे he started telling us about NDA and everything, So that was the first time पता चला NDA देना होता है. So NDA is one of the toughest exams of India after IITs, because IITs are something different. NDA I consider tough because it is a return exam, then 5 days of SSB, 5 days of medical, and then followed by merit list, all India merit list. And for me, being from such a small school, such a background, I always believed that, कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत था, ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं, कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत था. बोला कि लाइफ में कुछ है तो कॉन्फिडेंस है, आज भी लाइफ में कुछ है तो कॉन्फिडेंस है, and that time also it was the same. So when I went to write written exam, everyone said it's tough, but then yes, see, once you have a goal in front of you, my goal was always NDA. So goal was clear, so I slogged my everything for that exam. And finally, I cleared my NDA exams, right? So I cleared my NDA exam. Now came the SSB. SSB is a 5-day interview, And जब SSB center गए भोपाल, तो वहाँ people from all background came. Those were from the army background, navy background, the guys looking damn handsome, tall, मतलब they are wearing ties and scarves and all. यहाँ अपन एक जोड़ी कपड़े में गए थे, एक शर्ट पैंट, एक व्हाइट शर्ट था, बदल बदल के 2 पैंट पे पहनते थे 5 दिन, बट कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं, कॉन्फिडेंस पूरा का पूरा वैसी था. सो वी हैड दैट बिलीव कि व्हाई नॉट करके, व्हाई शुड यू फील इंफीरियर about others, why should you compare? So you be yourself. So I presented myself in that 5 days of SSB interview, and बहुत कम selection होता है. 10 लाख से 1 लाख रिटर्न क्लियर होते हैं, 1 लाख से फर्दर 330 लोग get selected for NDA, And in the final day, जब SSB में जब नाम ले रहा था कौन कौन पास होगा, पहला 3 नाम लिया तो all were guys from various background. And then वैसा first time ऐसे लगा यार नहीं होगा करके, I come from a background, ये वो सब सारा ख्याली दिमाग में आने लग गया. But the 4th name announced was my name. So खुशी का ठिकाना नहीं रहा, because आप जो छोटे से घर में जो सपने देखे थे, इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि मेरा जो लाइफ है सपनों का स्टोरी है. It's a story of victory. So I got selected in SSB. Now, sapno ka tutna, second part of my life. So everything went right. Medical होता है 5 दिन, 4 दिन अच्छे से गया एकदम. 5वें दिन मेरे आंख में they detected a problem with my 6/6 eyes में. Trust me, मुझे आज भी I don't wear a specs. I wear only 4. But that day I don't know what happened. They said कि you are medically unfit. You have got a TR. And once they declare you unfit, so you can't fight with them, you are too small to even. So I got a temporary rejection in my medical. So when I came back, I told my parents that I've got a temporary rejection. Delhi mein jana hoga appeal karne. So my father said, yeah, we don't have that financial background for me to send you to Delhi. So forget everything, move on in your life. So tumko fauj mein, tumhare naseeb mein fauj nahi hai, That was the plain blatant thing he said. And then I came back crying home. किसको बताऊं दर्द, किसको बताऊं, क्योंकि आजू बाजू में तो nobody was interested in फौज, तो किसको ये करता. But I felt a failure on myself, and I started feeling depressed. I didn't have a plan B for my life. That was the biggest regret. वो सबसे बहुत बड़ा ये था कि इसलिए I always advise youngsters. I speak to many youngsters across lakhs and lakhs of young people. I am connected over various mediums. I tell them always have a plan B. Always have a plan B. And so the plan B was, you should have. So I didn't have a plan B. So I went to do engineering. So my father said you do BSc, but I was having some decent mark in 12th standard. And, thus happened the engineering. So I wanted to be away from house, because of somehow that failure I couldn't sink in. Now the problem was engineering hai, but I didn't have the capacity. My parents didn't have the capacity to pay the fees. 4,000 was the free seat. Father didn't have the financial thing. He said, okay, it's very difficult to afford, and there are 2 more your younger brothers. So kaise hoga? And trust me, there is a trust who sponsored my education, 4 years of education. They are a trust who sponsored my education. And today I sponsor those kids, I sponsor 6 of their education. And that is what is the circle of life. Because of them, gratitude, because of that trust, I became what I am. And so it is my duty to go back and give back to that society, So because of that, maybe another 5, 6 youngsters may become engineer. And that is how the circle of life is. So I became, first 2 years of engineering was tough, because my heart was somewhere else. My heart was in NDA, where my, people who got selected with me, they were going through. And I was sitting here in engineering college. So marks went down. I got some 4 papers backlog and 80 KT. First time in life I failed, engineering. But I saw everyone was happy in engineering. Even failing, they were all happy. Engineers are always happy. The 4 KTs, 5 KTs, 6 KTs, they are all happy, But nevertheless, in the third year, another opportunity opened. Short service tech entry for Navy, and that is what kicked me again. So my goal was again clear, because only thing was you had to have 4 first class in the last 4 semesters. Now the challenge was I never had first class in the first 4 semesters. Then how can I get first class in the last 4 semesters? Trust me, I gave my everything. I stopped extracurricular. I stopped roaming around with friends, hostelites, and I used to, I won't be ashamed to say that, sutta marta tha, and all those things, what a college guy do. Everything stopped. Focus was, getting first class. Not because I wanted to top college and all, but I wanted to give the Navy entry. That was my focus. So dream with a time is called goal. Dream with a time is called goal. You should have a timeline for your dreams. Otherwise, it just evaporates, So dreams are always like that. So I had my goal clear. And trust me, 5th semester, it is 8th semester engineering. So 5th semester, I got 62%. 6th semester, 64%. 7th semester, 68%. 8th semester, 74%. I was in the first 3 in my college, And as a person who never struggled to clear paper was in the first 3. So even my friends today, when we meet, they say, "Arey, cheat mara hoga, copy kiya hoga, kuch to kiya hoga." Friends are friends, so they don't believe it. And then I got a chance to appear for short service tech Navy entry because the criteria was first class 4 sem. So I got that. And I went for SSB again in Bangalore. So again, I cleared 5 days of interviews. And when the names were announced, so this time my name was the first when it was announced. So again, I went for medicals. Same problem happened with eyes. But this time, even that time, I don't know why I was rejected. This time I was in the border case, and the officer who was there, he said, "Okay, I think you should be, do you really want to join the force?" I said, my everything lies here. My dream is this, at that particular point of time. And probably God was gracious enough. बोलते हैं ना कि आप किसी चीज शिद्दत से चाहो तो सारी कायनात एक हो जाती है पूरा करने. Probably in my case that happened, and I was declared medically fit. And when the merit came, I was All India rank 4. So merit was not an issue. I was in the very high order of merit. And yes, very soon, I was on 3rd January 1999, I was at the doors of Indian Naval Academy. So the journey from a chawl to Indian Naval Academy, that's the story of belief, that's the story of everyone. It's not my story. I'm just a medium, I'm just a medium. So 90% of our population, the youth of our country, if not 90%, maybe 80% are like me. Somewhere some people are underprivileged, somewhere. But what happens is when you are underprivileged and you don't have facility, you give up. So my story is about not giving up, And so when I went to Navy, and then the academy happened, Indian Naval Academy, lot of ups and downs, lot of punishments, lot of ragdas. The story there, why you are punished, you don't know. Every day was different. But that made you, that transformed you from a normal person to a Fauji. It's a transformation. Imagine a guy like when a student, 16 years old, when he goes through NDA, and when he comes out 21 years, he's a different person. He's a Paramveer Chakra. Captain Vikram Batra, he was my 6-month senior. Saurabh Kalia, my coursemate. Anuj Nair, my coursemate. Vikrant, Captain Vikrant, my coursemate. So we were all 22 and a half years when we went for Kargil War, when I went for Operation Talwar. So when I passed out of academy, when I passed out of Navy, the most beautiful moment of my life, there are 10 or 15 moments in your life from your birth till your death. There are 10, 15 golden moments. One of those moments is passing out from Naval Academy. There's something called passing out parade. When you pass out and when you step on the Antim Pag, it is a moment of joy. You cry. All of us cry. Cry because we have whatever we went through, and from tomorrow onwards, we are not going to meet our batchmates. Tomorrow onwards, we'll separate. So that sorrow of being sorrow of separation, everything, it's a mixed feeling. And with that song, we cry. And trust me, whether Ambani, Adani, Bill Gates, or Mark Zuckerberg, all together their money put, still you can't buy that moment of passing out parade. That moment has to be earned. And only Faujis earn that moment. Nobody in this world will earn that moment. Other moment which we earn is, just one second, just one second.
Yes, sir. So till sir joins in, I'll just tell you all about this amazing initiative which is being taken up by Art of Living. So they run a free meditation and pranayam workshop, which is actually, which has actually helped so many people around. People going through, any sort of mental or physical stress, they have been so relieved after doing all these workshops, after doing these. And this goes on every day, starting from 6 a.m. and going out till night. These sessions are so very helpful. In fact, if I get a chance, I'll definitely let you know the testimonials, and I'll show you how these courses and how these workshops have changed life of so many people. And believe me, you won't regret doing it, but you will definitely regret if you don't even try such a workshop, because it's free of cost. So please do it.
Yeah, so I'm so sorry for trouble, because I'm in office. So as I said,
Fine, sir.
yeah. So see, that is what is the that passing out parade. I said the entire wealth of this country put together, you can't buy that. You have to earn that. We have earned that. We have earned one more thing, which only Faujis earn. So I'm so sorry. I'm so partial about being a Fauji. We earn the right of being wrapped in a tricolor when we die. We earn the right to be wrapped in a tricolor when we die. Nobody else get that, privilege. So we are privileged, that way. And then, तो हिंदी, okay, हिंदी में भी बोलता हूँ. तो ये हम खुशकिस्मत है कि ना जब हम शहादत होंगे या जब हम इस दुनिया से जाएंगे तो तिरंगा में हम उड़ेंगे, सो ये एक बहुत बड़ा प्रिविलेज है. फिर वहां से पासिंग आउट परेड में क्या होता है, व्हाट हैपेंस इज व्हेन your mother stands on your left, father stands on your right, and they have to pull out the epaulets. जो हमारा स्ट्राइप होता है उसके ऊपर एक सफेद कपड़ा होता है, and with the bugle, mother is always on the left. Why? Because mother is close to heart. Father को बोलते बाजू में, I am a father, so still mother is mother. तो जब bugle के साथ epaulet ये होता है, and they remove the white. As you saw in one of my photos when you played, so they remove that and the golden epaulet come out, and वो moment से आप Mr. and Mrs. Nair के बच्चे नहीं रहते हो. वो moment से आप देश के बच्चे हो गए. आपने देश को सौंप दिया. माँ बाप के ऊपर एक इतना बड़ा जिम्मा होता है कि उसने अपने बेटे या बेटी को सौंप दिया देश के लिए. उस दिन से आपका कोई हक नहीं बनता अपने आपके बच्चे पे. उस दिन से वो देश का बच्चा हो गया. और फिर हम लोग वी टेक दैट ओथ. उसके बाद हम लोग मार मिटने की ओथ लेते हैं, मर मिटने की नहीं. मर मिटना इज अ नेगेटिव थिंग. सो वी टेक एन ओथ ऑफ मार मिटना. हम मार देंगे दुश्मन को, देश ही हमारे लिए सब कुछ है. वो प्रोसेस में अगर हम मर गए, दैट्स ओके, दैट्स ओके. आई नेवर फियर्ड डेथ. एंड दैट्स व्हाट, जब हम पास आउट हुए फिर स्ट्रेट अवे we were doing some course, and that's the time when Kargil war happened. अब Kargil war हुआ तो we were from Navy, Navy participated as Operation Talwar. जब हम शिप पे गए, 22.5 years old, जब वहां गए 22.5 years में लोग यंगस्टर्स क्या करते हैं. आज के यंगस्टर्स, वो तो मैं खुशकिस्मत हूँ, मैं बहुत सारे अच्छे फोकस्ड यंगस्टर्स से जुड़ा हूं. नहीं तो आज के यंगस्टर्स रील बना के घूमते हैं. इंस्टाग्राम रील, टिकटॉक, this is what. But एक 22 साल का फौजी, he is fighting Pakistan. Vikram Batra, 23 years old. Me, 22.5 years. Anuj, 22 years old. परमवीर चक्र योगेंद्र सिंह, जो हमारे है ना ऑनरी कैप्टन योगेंद्र सिंह. संजय कुमार, 19 years old. 19 years old, परमवीर चक्र. That is the difference of being a फौजी. फिर जब हम शिप पे गए, and when we met the captain, and then captain जब break, एक tradition होता है जहाज में, you have to break first. Junior most officer, I was the junior most officer in the ship. I have to do a breakfast with the captain. हम captain के साथ बैठ के we were having breakfast, and that is the time captain say, young man, do you know where we are going? So I was like as lost as ever, because first posting sub lieutenant, एकदम डरा हुआ. I said, no sir, I don't know. Well, okay, so gentlemen, either you are going to be history or you will create history. Either you are going to be history or you will create history. तभी भी नहीं समझा. Then they said कि you are going to be part of war. You are going to be part of Kargil war, popularly known as Kargil war, otherwise Operation Talwar. And trust me, wo 40 days, what I saw on ship was totally a mind-blowing experience, a lifetime experience. See, when war happens, what is shown in the films and all, everybody is dancing कि यार war में जाना है, पाकिस्तान को मार दूंगा, ये करूंगा. ऐसे नहीं होता है. First emotion of every human being is fear. पहला डर लगता है, अपनी जिंदगी का डर लगता है कि ना यार मैं वॉर में जा रहा हूँ, क्या होगा, मेरे माँ बाप हैं, मेरे बच्चे, मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड, लाइक माय वाइफ वाज माय गर्लफ्रेंड देन, ये सब है, सब क्या होगा, डर लगता है. एंड इफ समवन सेज कि डर नहीं लगता, झूठ बोलता है. एंड बट ओवर द टाइम, 2-4 दिन के बाद इट हैपेंस दैट द यूफोरिया टेक्स ओवर, योर फियर इज कैप्चर्ड. देन यू से यार इसी के लिए तो मैं फौज ज्वाइन किया था. How privileged I am to fight a war for my country at the age of 22 years old. And everything else doesn't matter, family comes thereafter. So the country comes first. हमारे लिए country comes first. इसलिए people may call me nationalist कि बहुत country करता है, but I am proud to be a nationalist. And जो मेरे देश के खिलाफ बोलेगा, I will not even shy to kill him, as simple as. हिंदी में बोले तो ठोक देंगे उसको. As simple as that. There is no. लोग बोलते हैं ना कि बोलते हैं ना, लिबरलिज्म जो बोलते हैं, लिब्रांडू जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना, हमारे देश में रह के, हमारे देश में यूनिवर्सिटी में रह के, हमारे ही खा के तुम हमारे झंडे को बोलते हो, तुम हमारे देश को बोलते हो. तुम्हें जीने का कोई हक ही नहीं है. तुम्हें जीने का कोई हक नहीं. तुम जिंदा हो, बहुत बड़ी बात है यहाँ पर. You bloody talk everything, you study here, you study in our IITs, you go and do everything for abroad, and then you speak of my country saying that यहाँ ये नहीं है, भूखमरी है, ये है, वो है. Kill those, sorry, फौजियों कभी कभी लैंग्वेज वैसे हो जाती है. Kill those people, kill those people is a sweet word. Otherwise my style of talking is different. So that is what my country is. ये जो तिरंगा है, इसके अस्मिता, इसके अस्तित्व, इसके सब कुछ के लिए हम जान निछावर कर देते हैं. Why a person who's there in सियाचिन, रात को 3-3 महीने वो सियाचिन में बैठते हैं, क्यों बैठते वो लोग, उसको क्या पड़ी है हमारे लिए, but he is there. वो हमारे ट्राई कलर की, he protects our ट्राई कलर. और जब नेशनल एंथम बजता है ना, तो लोग, उस दिन मैं कहीं देख रहा था ट्विटर पे कि why people force us to stand for national anthem. We will not force, we will bloody kick you if you don't stand for national anthem. As simple as that. National anthem is sacrosanct. तुम्हें अच्छा लगे नहीं लगे, तुम नेशनल एंथम में खड़ा नहीं रह पाओ और तुम अपने आप को मॉडर्न बोलो, you should get a kick. Simple, So ये है. So when the Kargil war happened, we were off Karachi. कराची के पास 35 days थे हम. कराची की लाइटें दिख रही थी. एंड मार्क्स, हम कहते हैं ना, कराची सिर्फ एक फ्लाइंग किस के दूरी पे था. You would have seen my reels. काफी lot of people in my talk I have said Karachi was at the flying kiss distance. हम जैसे flying kiss मारते हैं ना, कराची इधर बिस्किट में रह जाता है या बेकरीज में रह जाता है. कराची दो टुकड़े हो जाते. बट वॉर इज डिस्ट्रक्शन, war is always a distraction. We go some 30, 40 years back, and nobody wants a war. But then we are trained to protect our country. अगर हमारे जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना, हम भारतीय हम सभ्य हैं, बट अगर हम छेड़ दो तो हम सांप से भी जहरीले होते हैं ना. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी टोल्ड पाकिस्तान दैट. हम चुप के कुछ नहीं किए, हम वहां उसके मुंह पे बैठे थे. 33 ships, we will ठोको you, we will kill you all करके, simple. There is no bhaichara in that. But yes, they went back, they cried to UN, and everything happened. And then finally army won it for us. And that's how 547 soldiers martyred and 1,000 plus got injured. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty. Army, Air Force participated as Operation Safed Sagar, Navy as Operation Talwar, and Army as Operation Bijay. So I wear a Kargil War medal on my chest. I'm so proud, and that medal belongs to me. And that medal will only go with me. That medal will, even if after I leave, that medal stays back, And that's the beauty of this thing. So this was an experience. So my life is, if I summarize it, it would be, a sort of experience, So in my talk, I always say, when all of you who are listening to me, so I would say the experience of experiencing an experience. So my life is the experience of experiencing an experience, So that's how. So I served Navy for 10 years. I'm an engineer. I did my BTech, I did my MTech, weapons and missile controls. I did my MTech in weapons and missile, PG there. I did my MBA from Jamnalal Bajaj and defense MBA from Narsimhanji. So Navy बहुत पढ़ाती है. मुझे ऐसे लगा 10वीं के बाद पढ़ना नहीं होता है करके. बट फिर किसी ने बोला 12वीं तक पढ़ना होगा, फिर किसी ने बोला अरे इंजीनियरिंग भी करना है, फिर एमटेक बीटेक. सो एजुकेशन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन लाइफ. यू हैव टू रियलाइज द वर्थ ऑफ एजुकेशन. और एजुकेशन ही आपको, शिक्षा ही आपको एक उच्च स्तर पे या अलग लेवल पे लेके जा सकता है. सो दैट माय मदर ऑलवेज स्ट्रेस्ड ऑन अस. सो मेरी मदर का यही मानना था, तुम एक स्ट्रेटा ऑफ सोसाइटी से दूसरे स्ट्रेटा में जंप तब मार सकते हो जब तुम एजुकेटेड हो, मेरी मम्मी और डैडी दोनों एजुकेटेड नहीं है बेचारे, दो they were they never had that privilege. Daddy is 6 pass and mummy is 8 pass, though she was a national basketball player and all. So education, they understand the importance of education, and I harp it on my daughter. So I have a teenage daughter, she's 16 years old, and she's more like a friend to me because I believe in parenting. So मेरे पापा बहुत strict थे. आज भी 75 years के, आज भी हम उससे ऐसे आंख नीचे झुक के बात करते. But I don't want my daughter to do that. So me and my daughter, we are very friendly. We are so, damn thing, we discuss everything in this world. ये नहीं होता था ना पहले जमाने में कैसे. I discuss everything, everything about what she wants in life, and that is the beauty. And she's so frank and open to me. When I say everything, it is everything. So that is what. Thanks to my wife, who was my girlfriend long back, and then now we are married for 17 years, and then my daughter is 15 and a half. And this is what my life is. And a change happened when I was hanging my uniform. I wanted to continue in Navy, but my wife's career was also important. She was working with L&T. So, so we are educated lot. So we have to respect each other as a husband, wife. Both of our careers were important. And so we took a decision. So I moved out of Navy after 10 years. I was decorated. If you see my uniform, in 10 years, I've achieved, all medals and commendations. Once Chief of Naval Staff, twice I was commended by CNC. So my uniform is pretty decorated. And yeah, white with decoration makes you look handsome pretty more, right? So that is what I believed when I joined Navy. The naval uniforms make you handsome, So if there's someone from Army and Air Force, mujhe marenge, bolege, kya bakwas maar raha hai karke, So that's how. And when I was leaving Navy, a life-changing thing happened. I was detected with hypothyroid. Hypothyroid is a deficiency, and I gained weight. I was 107 when I moved out of Navy, when I was leaving. So I was 107 kgs, But then again, as I said, I believe I'm confident, and I visualize, and I believe in action. I'm a man who believes leadership by action. Even in corporate, I was the youngest vice president at the age of 43, 44 in my 43 in my organization. So I believe leadership by action. That is what Navy had taught me. And so when I was struggling with my weight, that is how I started running, distance running. So distance running I used to do in Navy. And trust me, that changed me. And today I'm 84 kgs, and I've run so many marathons. I've run 100+ marathons. I was privileged to, represent or was part of the Indian contingent for Comrades Marathon, which is the toughest marathon, one of the toughest marathons of the world, where you have to run 89 kilometers in South Africa. So I completed that in 11 hours, 48 minutes in 2019 at the age of 43. Now I'm 45. So age is just a number. It doesn't matter, So you have to turn. And writing is my passion. I read a lot, read. I love reading. And hence I became an author. So 2 of my books did pretty well. In December 2021, I received the Best Author, Humor and Entertainment at the All India level, India Authors Award and Conference. And my first book, They Inspire, was with crosswords. It sold some 5,000 copies. Now, second book is doing well. Other book is going to release. So my 7 books are there, 5 anthologies and 2 individual. There's a book releasing on naval life very soon. So yes. So people ask me, how do you manage time? So time management is an art, I don't watch TV. I don't watch, Netflix and all. If people say I'm binge watching 8 hours and all, so you're wasting your time, Use it for some productive thing. Entertainment is fine for half an hour, 1 hour. So there I save time. That's how my day start as early as 5 o'clock. And I do sleep for 6 hours in a day, and the rest 18 hours out of 24, which is a constant factor for most of us. So you have to utilize that 18 hours, and I divide my time into work, family, my fitness, writing, and connecting with youth on Instagram or wherever through various talks. I've given 300+ talks now, tomorrow I am having a talk. So it doesn't make me Superman. It's how a common man should be, Only thing is कि हम अपने आप को underestimate करते. We don't believe in us. We underestimate. We always see. The moment we are born, we have won a war. The moment we are born, we are special. We have won war with thousands of sperms. We are that product of one sperm and egg, and so we are special. So every time जब आप आईने में देखो, आप मिरर में देखो, so you should feel proud about yourself, saying कि यार मैं तो special हूँ करके. That's why I'm born. And the day you stop respecting yourself, nobody will respect you. So the first step is to love yourself. First step is to respect yourself. If you respect yourself, everybody else will respect you. And in that bargain, you become a better individual. Why we do all these yogas, sadhanas and everything, so to be a better individual. And that meditation you have to find within yourself, right? Because I give you an example. See, tomorrow if you are in hospital, assuming, touch wood, nobody of us should be there. पहला 10 दिन ना सब लोग WhatsApp पे लिखेंगे, oh, she was nice, he was nice, get well soon. 15 दिन के बाद सब भूल जाएंगे WhatsApp पे. There everything starts. That's life, 20-25 दिन के बाद आपके जो रिलेटिव्स है वो लोग भी बोलेंगे. 15-20 दिन तक they will also say कि fine, you should get well soon. 20-25 days everybody forget. 3-4 months your close nearest ones will be like, they will be saying okay, life hai, move on. And एक time ऐसा आएगा 8 महीने के बाद, it will be only you and you on that bed, hospital bed, So if that is the case, why don't you love yourself? Why don't you respect yourself? You have to do that, right? And this is what I believe, and this is what I do, and this is what I teach to my daughter, the values. And I'm glad that I have great siblings. My wife is, very supportive, and she's a friend to me. My parents are awesome. They still are, wonderful people. They are aging, and that is a cause of concern, but that's life. Everyone of us have to age. And yes, this is my life in short, and that is why I say life is beautiful.
Thank you so much, sir. This was such an insightful session. I'm sure many people might have learned so many things, including me, because I have attended your talks, I have attended your sessions throughout.
Yeah, in fact, I would recommend, since many of you are here, I have a YouTube channel called Fauji Talks. So I interview Faujis. So it's Lieutenant Commander Bijay Nair channel's name. Lot of things you learn. Even I learn every day, when I speak to. जब मैं सुनता हूँ, जब मैं खुद वो वीडियो सुनता हूँ तो मैं भी बहुत कुछ सीखता हूँ वहां से. तो I would recommend. It's called Lieutenant Commander Bijay Nair. Real life heroes, जैसे आप मेरे इंटरव्यू ले रहे हो ऐसे मैं लेता हूँ Saturdays वगैरह. And yes, if your youth है तो I am there on Instagram as Bijay Nair. Humor is my strong point. I never become serious. And if I become serious, there is something really wrong with me. So I tend to not become serious, So that's how I am. So yeah.
Just to end now, we'll have one more song dedicated to you. Sarang Bhaiya, please.
In fact, Piyush Bhai is here. So Piyush
Yes.
Bhai is elder brother to me. So yeah.
Right.
So am I audible?
Yeah, very much.
Sir, your stories are amazing, and you are such a great speaker. The way you have shared your stories, I can't stop smiling. My smile is like, ab jitna stretch kar sakte ho, utna bada hai abhi. And it's really, really, really inspiring. I'm already following you on Instagram, and I'm really very fortunate to listen to you today.
Thanks, Sarang. ये तो मेरा बहुत toned down version था because I'm in a decent crowd. मैं इतना toned down नहीं रहता. So कभी मेरा version सुनना है तो अलग time पे.
I like to connect with you, and listen to a lot more stories. I'll certainly follow you on YouTube too.
Thank you, Sarang. Thank you so much.
Dedicated.
And to everyone who's spent their time here listening to me, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think all of you are at home, and thank you so much.
And
Yeah,
this is a dedication for all the inspiring stories and all the motivation that you have given us. मैं लड़ जाना है लहू में एक चिंगारी जिद सजनू तक है जाना हर कतरा बोल रहा मैं लड़ जाना है लहू में एक चिंगारी जिद सजनू तक है जाना हर कतरा बोल रहा छल्ला सिर ते बन के कफन जद तुरिया तन के मौत नू वाजा मारे वे थर थर कंबते सारे छल्ला सिर ते बन के कफन जद तुरिया तन के मौत नू वाजा मारे वे थर थर कंबते सारे हो ये दिल की मशाले जोश से जला के जलती लपटों को हमने हाथों में है थाम लिया ये दिल की मशाले जोश से जला के जलती लपटों को हमने हाथों में है थाम लिया है वो कर जाना कि सारा जमाना फिर देगा मिसालों यारों सबको अपने नाम दिया मैं लड़ जाना है लहू में एक चिंगारी जिद से जुनू तक है जाना हर कतरा बोल रहा छल्ला सिर ते बन के कफन जद तुरिया तन के मौत नू वाजा मारे वे थर थर कंबते सारे छल्ला सिर ते बन के कफन जद तुरिया तन के मौत नू वाजा मारे वे थर थर कंबते सारे हो Thank you.
Bhaiya. Thank you.
My goodness, that was too good, Sarang. Too good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This means a lot.
Thank you so much. So on behalf of, like, we have reached the end of the session today. I'm so very grateful to you that you were there and you agreed on such a short notice. You managed everything. So thank you so much for that. We are really grateful. And to end now, I would just end it on behalf of Art of Living STC Apex Team Maharashtra. I would like to thank you for giving your such valuable time, for sharing such stories of, inspiration, of sheer motivation, which might have helped so many people, especially in these, tough times during COVID, when everyone is almost losing hopes and everyone is almost on the verge of giving up. But these stories surely have helped me, and I'm sure everyone who has been here and who has been listening to you has benefited from it. And so thank you so very much for being here today. So very grateful. I don't know kitna thank you bolna chahiye. So thank you so much once again. Anything you wish to say?
No, so I would put in my thanks to the organization, Art of Living. I have been following. My daughter used to go to Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir in her earlier curriculum. And yeah, it's such a great organization. And yes, thank you for inviting me. Thank you to hear my story. Thanks, Avni, for being behind me. In fact, let me tell you frankly, today it seems very difficult for me to attend because I'm still in office, by the way. It was a long day. And only this girl, she persisted, ki sir, aapko aana hi hai. And, so now I feel, had I missed this, I would have had a gap in my, days, this thing. How could I miss this wonderful audience? How could I miss someone who wants to hear and listen and shower lots of love? So keep your blessings always. And जैसे जाते जाते बोलूंगा ना कि हम सबको यही सोचना चाहिए ना कि हमारे नाम में बोलते ना, मेरा नाम सुन के फ्लावर समझे क्या फायर हूं मैं. Keep that fire always alive. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who joined in. Thank you all for giving your time as well.
So मैं निकलूं?
Yes sir, please.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. Hi all. Thank you, Jan.
Jan sir.